it's time to go to court for day 19.
Tuesday, day 19.
Day 19 in Karen Reed's retrial, and it was devoted mostly to the continued cross-examination of Shanon Burgess.
We had more cross-examination of Shanon Burgess, the Commonwealth's witness, who may have some inaccuracies on his resume.
Whatever the antis are saying, I don't give a shit.
Where do we start today? Oh my goodness, Mr. Burgess. Mr. Burgess, who might not be feeling well today. I'm just going to put this out there. He might not be feeling well today.
How do you rehabilitate a witness like this, whose credibility has been hammered away on cross?
There is no way to rehabilitate that. Just none.
It's going to have my full attention.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. All persons having anything to do before the Honorable Beverly Cannoni, the Justice of the Superior Court, holding in Dedham, within and for the County of Norfolk. Draw near, give your attendance, and you shall be heard. God save the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. This court is in session. Please be seated.
Wasn't it yesterday that I mentioned that we never, ever get to see the bailiff who does the... Did I not just say that yesterday? I don't know who's watching the channel, but whoever's watching the channel, thank you.
Bring the sacrificial offering, says the judge.
May we have Mr. Burgess? Mr. Burgess is like, may we not?
Mr. Burgess shows up in a pre-sweated suit.
Still under oath. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Remind you, you're still under oath, as if that matters at this point.
On your direct examination, no questions were asked of you at all about your supposed education, correct?
Correct.
Started off, let's go back to that academic fraud and point out that your certifications were brought up, but not your education.
Alessi points something out to make sure everybody understood that it's not just a Shanon Burgess problem and not just a Shanon Burgess question.
He's like, this Brennan guy, he's totally trying to convince the jury that that you are better at this than you are, right?
But in fact, Hank Brennan is in on this. He knew about your educational problems and deficiencies and probably inaccuracies on your resume, CV, LinkedIn, whatever it may be.
Almost like they knew that if they asked that question, he'd either have to claim the degree and they'd be suborning perjury.
Alessi wants to make sure the jury knows that Hank Brennan knew about this and purposely tried to hide it from the jury.
Or he'd deny it and reveal himself to be unqualified.
In point of fact, Mr. Burgess, none
Of those are
of
correct.
the 5 timelines that we just reviewed from your presentation are accurate at all.
He did have another zinger to really, embarrass this guy again.
You felt bad for him. You shouldn't. This man is doing work in a practice, a professional forensic practice.
Kick a guy while he's down.
I can't justify that. I can't feel sorry for him. He brought this upon himself.
And certainly not down to the second. Am I right or am I wrong?
You are wrong.
Are you?
And again, he confidently says Mr. Alessi's wrong while he's wrong again on the stand, which is just not good. But he hasn't picked up on what Alessi's doing yet.
Sir, how did you not see the trap? It's almost worse that you didn't see the trap.
Are you aware that all of the relevant events in the timeline you described in your presentation in these slides actually occurred on January 29th, 2022, not January 30th, 2022. Do you know that?
Did you order the code red? I can imagine Alessi, screaming that. He's like, in fact, these happened on January 29th.
This is January 30th, 2022.
That's
January 29th, correct.
It's January 29th, 2022. And in terms of January 30th, I want to go back.
Everything he touches turns to crap.
It's very, very clear. In your presentation, they actually occurred on January 29th, 2022, correct?
The night of the incident, yes.
So that was the point that he made first, that you see that, again, you're making some mistakes in your report by putting the wrong date there. So you may have this down to the minutes and seconds, but you actually made a pretty bad mistake listing the wrong date of January 30th instead of January 29th.
He had the wrong day. He put January 30th very clearly in his report. This all happened on January 29th. Unless he got him, it's all wrong. His whole report is wrong.
And he is testifying in a case that could remove the defendant's rights
And freedom.
their freedom, and even their life in some cases.
He's still sticking to the fact that he thinks everything happened on January 30th. Everything happened on January 29th. You know it. I know it. You know it. We all know it. It was January 29th. John O'Keefe was murdered. It was January 29th when the car went to Dighton. It was January 29th when the car went from One Meadows and hit John Traverse and went to Jen McCabe's house and then came back. He's got the wrong date. He's got no BS, as in Bachelor of Science, because he lied about that too, but he's full of a whole lot of BS, and he's still clinging to it.
This is simple arithmetic, is it not? It's either
simple
an
for you,
addition
Alessi.
or a subtract. Initial report.
I think Alessi invented
January
calculus.
30th.
I'm calling Alessi brilliant. Alessi is the international man of mystery. Alessi is the reason that Waldo is hiding. Alessi speaks and new words are born into existence.
Is a bachelor's degree a prerequisite of success in a particular field?
No, it is not.
You ever hear of Bill Gates?
Yes.
You ever hear of
Steve
Bill
Jobs?
Gates?
Yes.
Oprah Winfrey?
Oh my God.
Are you comparing yourself to Bill Gates, sir?
He is no Steve Jobs, and he is certainly no Bill Gates.
You ever hear of Bill Gates?
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off.
Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and Oprah Winfrey don't have college degrees, so it's no big whoop that you don't have one either, man, Shanon Burgess.
Bill Gates started a, billion-dollar company. Steve Jobs started a billion-dollar company. Oprah Winfrey started a billion-dollar company.
You've heard of Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey? Oh, yeah. When did they testify as expert witnesses in criminal trials?
He's missing the point.
The degree is not the point.
The point isn't about whether or not he needs it.
The degree has never been a point. The point.
If he had just left that off and not said anything about it, it wouldn't have mattered.
The representation is the point.
You aware if Steve Jobs or Bill Gates or Oprah Winfrey ever said they did have a bachelor's degree when they actually didn't, or that they had it from a university that they didn't, or that they had it in a field that didn't actually exist? That ever happened with those people?
When did they lie about having a bachelor's? When did they make fake LinkedIn profiles? Put fake qualifications in their LinkedIn profiles? I must have missed that.
Bill Gates dropped out. That doesn't mean that every dropout is Bill Gates.
You think Bill Gates would have made these mistakes?
Brennan is trying to guide this in a different direction that has nothing to do with the reason that this is actually a big deal.
Also, who calls Steve Jobs Steven?